In this video, we are going to see a demo of rosrv, a runtime verification framework for robotic applications. The user of rosrv simply describes a property or set of properties that he or she is interested in using the specification language provided by rosrv in terms of what messages and events should be monitored and what to do upon the happening of those events. Taking the property specifications as input, rosrv automatically generates the monitors that perform the property functionality at runtime. In this directory, we have prepared a few property specifications for a robot called LandShark. We first run rosmop on these properties to generate the monitors and compile the whole system. Next, we'll see a LandShark simulator and see how these properties are enforced by rosrv and LandShark. This is LandShark. These windows are the camera views of LandShark. This terminal shows the login messages of the RV master, and this terminal is where we can send commands to the RV master to control the monitors. By default, all the monitors are disabled. As we can see, the LandShark has a gun which can shoot. When we move the gun to point at LandShark itself, it can shoot itself. Next, we first show a safe trigger monitor that can prevent LandShark from shooting at itself. We first enable the safe trigger monitor. As we can see from the login message, now the safe trigger monitor is enabled. Now, if we move the gun to point at the ground, LandShark can still shoot. However, if we move the gun to point at LandShark itself, it is not allowed to shoot, as we can also see from the login messages. If we disable the safe trigger monitor, the LandShark can shoot itself again. We next show a safe zone monitor, which monitors the location of LandShark. Once LandShark enters the green zone, it cannot move out. Now let's move LandShark forward to enter the zone and continue to move it towards the other sides of the zone to see if LandShark can escape from the zone or not. As LandShark is moving closer to the boundary of the zone, we can see from the login messages that LandShark is not allowed to leave the zone. The monitor successfully enforces LandShark to stay within the zone. Since the safe trigger monitor is disabled, LandShark can still shoot itself in the zone. rosrv also supports multiple monitors working together. If we enable the safe trigger monitor, LandShark cannot shoot itself now, and it can neither leave the zone. If we disable the safe zone monitor, now LandShark can move out. In many cases, users want to log messages in the robot to understand what is going on in the system. We have also a login monitor in rosrv. Once enabled, it prints out the messages that the user is interested in, which could be useful for debugging purposes. Of course, logging can incur some overhead. If the logs are not needed, the login monitor can be disabled.